At the onset of heat competition for the banking industry, CIMB as well as any banks looking to extend or relocate production to the CLMV countries, namely Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam, awareness of the local financial services environment is critical to making the right business decision.
But I would say that there are more challenges in the new ASEAN member states, for example, CLMV nations. How are your marketing plans so far in these countries?
There, I think we are okay.
The differences and obstacles.
Yeah, in Cambodia, okay, the group has already established a presence there. We have we opened up there about 2 years ago. Right now, we have about 8 branches. Okay.
In Phnom Penh.
In Phnom Penh, Siem Reap. Yeah.
Siem Reap.
Okay. And the business has been growing quite fast. Okay. On that part, we already actually between CIMB Thai and CIMB Cambodia, we're already partnering. We are already involved in 2 or 3 sizable project finance deals where we have Thai corporates investing in Cambodia, and we're working with affiliate CIMB there in terms of lending together to them. So there is a good example, frankly, where CIMB is actually able to help Thai companies go into another ASEAN country. Okay. In Myanmar, we have a representative office there. Been there quite a long time, frankly.
Right.
Been there since
how many years there?
15 years.
15.
Over 15 years. Okay. And I was there recently visiting Myanmar, and we are looking to expand activities there. Right now, like all foreign banks, basically it's a rep office. Okay. But we are looking to basically upgrade there.
Right.
Okay. In Laos, we are studying the possibility of opening a branch in Vientiane. Okay, and I think that should come out fairly soon. In Vietnam, we already have an investment banking presence there, and the group is we are looking into basically upgrading, into a banking license, a banking presence there.
But the banking competition in Vietnam is very edgy.
Right, but I think we look at this long term. I think you look at the population, the economic size of Vietnam. I think we think that long term, Vietnam still has good economic prospects.
I want to know, why investment in Laos came very late?
Yeah, I think you look in terms of we had various, frankly, various priorities. Okay, and frankly, Laos is relatively small. Okay.
Myanmar is a freshman to the region. Democratic and political reforms have granted the country's fast-track lane to reach out to the world and vice versa. CIMB surely is keen to taking on that challenge.
Actually, now have you, come up with a feasibility plan to extend to Myanmar at all?
We've done some feasibility study at the CIMB group level on establishing a presence in Myanmar. We've done that.
Talking about Myanmar a little bit, since the parliament had already passed the new investment law, what do you think of the partnership that actually a foreign bank or foreign company can hold 50% or debatable 49% of the share when you invest in Myanmar? What do you think about this coming investment law, the new one?
I think the government basically has been implementing a lot of reforms quite fast. But I think there'll be quite a number of challenges because when you're changing one law, right, in certain areas, there are other basically laws and regulations you have to change too. So I don't think it's so it has to be clear to what other laws have to be changed, revised also. And my sense from visiting Myanmar 2-3 months ago and talking to the local businesses, the banks and the governments and the regulators is that naturally they have a concern about how they basically take care of the local banks. And that is understandable and to be respected. The fact that they recognize that the local banks basically need time to catch up in terms of banking technology and skills. there are a lot of areas which we may take for granted, but only recently have private banks in Myanmar been allowed to do, such as international banking services, trade financing. So I think the concern, is that which areas in banking would they allow foreign banks to come in? And the concern again is that if they allow the foreign banks to come in too broad an area, the local banks will basically be harmed. Okay, so I think that's the area where we need to understand what is the scope of banking activity they would allow for the JV.
I see. So will CIMB soon very much to actually extend a branch there in Myanmar?
I think that's something that we probably be quite interested in. But I think we have to see basically there are two options right now. Okay, theoretically, go for a branch or go for a JV with a local bank. And I think we need to study the rules and regulations much more carefully before we make any clear-cut decision.
Under the AEC, central banks across ASEAN countries are working together to drive financial service integration to support the intra-regional trading and investment activities. In the meantime, the network of Thai banks in the region will facilitate the flow of goods and services through the regional supply chain, which will become increasingly relevant in the AEC era. What is CIMB's view on this issue?
What actually CIMB expect or anticipate the progressive development of the AEC or even beyond the AEC developments, not just ending with the 2015.
I think with with the AEC coming, actually, and it's not just it's not because of AEC. Actually, this ASEAN integration has been happening all along. Yes. We expect to basically to see much more, let's say, cross-border investment flows. More deals happening where Thai corporates are going overseas into ASEAN countries or ASEAN corporates coming to Thailand. So much more, let's say, maybe mergers and acquisition. Even if it's not a merger acquisition, you can see more where Thai companies looking to open new markets in ASEAN, in other ASEAN countries. Those are the things which I think we will see more and more.
And that's all the time for today's edition of Towards 2015. You can follow us again on the Nation channel from 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you for watching us. ผม รัตกร ปลอดดี สวัสดีครับ